Welcome, one and all, to the After Hours Gaming League Fall 2018 Grand Finals. It is my pleasure to help bring you guys this broadcast. My name is Nick Vaudable Ambrozic, and joining us is a very special guest for this broadcast. It is the one and only Alex Rodriguez. Axel Tots, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me. The After Hours Gaming League has a special place in my heart. I know Day 9 pretty well. We go back, and I think it's a great cause, and it's a ton of fun. So I'm super excited to watch some Rocket League here.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time all around. We've had so many teams competing to get to this point. The grand finals, we had a 32 team or 34 team bracket going all the way to these finals, where we had 8 weeks of Swiss league play leading up to it as well. Tons of games going on every single week we had on this broadcast, but now it's been whittled down to Microsoft and Google. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Microsoft team that are competing for this grand finals?
Yeah, Microsoft, first of all, shout out to them. I was involved with the After Hours Gaming League with StarCraft a little bit back in the day, and I remember Microsoft doing pretty well. I think Google did pretty well too. So shout out to Microsoft on that, being really good in not only StarCraft but also Rocket League. That's pretty
Probably the
impressive.
other titles as well.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure. Yeah, pretty big company. They probably have a lot of good gamers. But anyway, yeah, Microsoft, they had a good regular season. They finished 6-2, and they were the 4th seed entering the bracket. And then Microsoft took down AltSource and Amazon uh, to get to the finals, which is pretty fun. So now we have like Microsoft against Google. It's kind of like Mixer against YouTube, and we're broadcasting on Twitch. So this is a great time. It's great.
Yeah, it's a really good time all around. And then on the other side, we have Google finished 6-2 as well. So both these teams very well for themselves in the regular season. They were actually the 6th seed going into the playoffs, beat the 2nd seed, Capital One for All, who ended up getting the 3rd place prize pool for their respective charity. And talking about the prize pool that we have for these two teams to compete, both of them going home with a good chunk of change for their charities, which is a very important fact about After Hours Gaming League. Both these teams competing to earn money for their respective charities. $1,500 for first, $1,000 for second. Everyone's a winner at the end of the day, but they want to be the winner in this series as well.
Yeah, for sure. And something else I noticed, Uber was the number 1 seed coming
Oh,
into the
wow.
bracket, but they got taken out by Amazon in the first round or in the round of 16. So Uber was number 1, but not anymore.
Pretty early on that they got taken out
Yeah.
there too. But yeah, just great to see all the competition leading up to this. As we mentioned, 32 team bracket for the playoffs, 56 teams in the regular season. Now we got one final best of 7. And I think we've said a little bit about everything that's been going on, all the brackets that we've seen so far, all the matches and everything. Why don't we get into this first match? Tell all the team members of each side to join their respective sides and get underway with game number 1 of this best of 7 that will have a great matchup for everyone to enjoy as we get things underway with this first one of probably a pretty lengthy series that everyone is going to enjoy today.
Yeah, man. Grand finals, best of 7, Google versus Microsoft. Pretty hype. Two of the biggest companies in the world going at it and kicking things off. That's Corndag with the goal for Google.
Yeah, great touch by Corndag, as you mentioned. Very early start, only 6 seconds into this one.
I was trying to intro the match a little bit and build some hype, and there's a goal in the first 6 seconds.
See, that's what we have come to expect from this Google squad. We saw last week as well, they're able to put on so many shots against their opponents, but now another one is going to be coming in towards the net. But Microsoft is able to knock that one away. Piranha going up for the charge. Can't manage to get it past Dave for too long as they finally manage to break past towards that midfield line.
Yeah, getting a goal so early. We're seeing another shot at What a save. What a save. Piranha from Microsoft would save there. But the early goal, you know, it feels great for the team that gets it, but it requires a lot of fortitude for the team on the receiving end of the goal to come back. It can be tough to give up a goal so early. So we'll have to see if Microsoft can kind of maintain their composure and bring this back a little bit.
I do want to point out that was a beautiful pass by Dave to Echo. Wasn't completed, unfortunately, but that's a passing play you have to look out for this Google squad. Haven't seen much out of the Microsoft team on the broadcast so far, so they're a little bit of an unknown for me, but they've been doing quite well with all the touches to prevent any more goals going in after that first one.
Yeah, Google with some nice pressure, but now Microsoft going for a counterattack. Pretty balanced overall. I feel like Microsoft certainly playing, trying to be a little bit more forceful because they're down a goal here, but still Google able to apply a lot of pressure so far.
Now Piranha has a chance. Might be Razak going for this one, but can't get the connection. Literal backing up on the play, going for another pass right over top of one and off the crossbar there. The follow-up for Piranha, but can't get it past Corndag just yet. Now into the corner. Another chance for Razak. Pops it up. Not really the greatest bounce off the wall there, but will set it up for Literal. Does get contested in the defensive end. Echo can't get the clear. Dave might have a shot at it. Gets it towards the midfield. They stop it just in time for them to get it past them, but still, Microsoft, after that first minute, have just improved exponentially.
Yeah, and they're a company that would be able to do things exponentially, I would think. Both these companies are. But hey, this pressure is great for them. They need to keep it up. They got to turn this into a goal, though. Really work on controlling those boosts and keep it on that orange side. It's pretty important here, and they're doing a decent job. And Literal, again, getting a nice hit on defense. So Microsoft playing well. They just gotta turn this pressure into a goal.
So I have been informed that Echo on the side of Google actually used to be a part of VVV Gaming's team for Rocket League.
Okay.
Big community org that used to run some pretty awesome tournaments, but great to see that one of his teammates is actually former teammates is in chat trying to help give him some support. We're already past halftime too.
So he might be the best Rocket League player here, maybe.
Maybe. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of sleepers in this competition. There's like at least a few grand champs from what I've seen out of all the play so far. Well, there's a good shot off the crossbar, though. Razak barely off the mark on that one. Might be a chance for Literal. Off the backboard this time. Razak trying to keep it in play. Will get knocked around by the defense. Piranha can't get the touch. Does leave it up to Dave. He's going for a fall through. Gets all the boost he needs, but not the touch. Instead, Echo off that back wall again. But all these touches not really leading to anything for either side just yet.
Oh, Piranha going for a flick. And again, Microsoft, they have some nice plays. They're applying some good pressure, but they're just not able to turn it into a goal. We're low scoring here. Shout out to both these teams playing really good defense. We've seen some awesome saves and only one goal on the board. So these guys playing pretty good Rocket League right now.
Yeah, and Google kind of struggled last time when we saw them in the semifinals. They let in, I believe it was a 6-0 game or 6-1, something like that, against their opponents. So now they've improved their defense when it's come to a little bit of a break leading up to these grand finals. But Microsoft is going toe-to-toe with them so far as well. Another shot coming in, set up by Literal. Razak with a touch, but blocked away by Dave.
Yeah, that was a lot of great pressure there from Literal. Oh, a nice little flick from Razak coming back the other way. Those can be fun to try, but not able to finish it off. Some soft shots here and there. It's time right now. Microsoft, no more soft shots. You gotta hit some good ones here. Only 20 seconds left.
As you mentioned, only 20 seconds remaining for this Microsoft team to try and bring it to at least an overtime.
They gotta go. They gotta do something right now. There's no time.
Got to break out their end. No. One last push. As you mentioned, everyone missing the ball completely. This is going to work out well for Google as Echo, full control of this one, knows that they can't put any pressure on the ball right now. Eventually hits the ground, and Google taking that game number 1 in this best of 7 for the grand finals of After Hours Gaming League.
And that was a goal that came in the first 6 seconds of this final. And they go 0-0 the rest of the way. 4 minutes and 54 seconds. So super locked tight, both these teams. Crazy saves coming from both. We saw 4 saves out of Microsoft, 4 saves out of Google. Identical in shots as well. 5 shots apiece. So this is good. This is fun. These teams are good. They showed up to play. This is the best of 7. And that was just game 1. And coming off of a goal in the first 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's just insane to see that first goal being the only one they need for the victory as well. Some great pressure being applied by Corndag. going back to those semifinals as well, what we saw from this Google squad. Corndag, usually not the most offensive. Maybe in the first few games, he tries to put some effort in and get those first goals. But then after that, he usually rotates back towards that defensive positioning. Third man in the rotation, like we've seen with pro players like Fireburner happen all the time. But instead, Echo and Dave are the ones you really need to look out for when the series gets going. And we haven't even gotten to that point yet with this series. We're going to be taking a quick little break in between each game to give these players time to strategize, see if they want to sub in a player as well. They have a 5-man roster for each of these teams and are allowed 2 subs during the playoffs as well, which is kind of a unique thing they do here at After Hours Gaming League. So we'll be back in just a moment, and don't go anywhere because there's plenty of action waiting for all of you to enjoy. Welcome back, everyone, to the After Hours Gaming League Fall Grand Finals for 2018. I am Nick Ambrosa Gravotable, and joining me yet again is Axel Toss, and we're going to be talking about the bracket for a second and how these two teams came all the way here from this 32-team playoff bracket. Just going to pull it up on screen for you guys to enjoy the great work that the After Hours Gaming League have put into these graphic overlays. It's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And not only the graphic, but for Google and Microsoft, obviously they're thrilled about how this all panned out. Google took out Apple. They took down Apple. And then they took down Capital One to get to the grand finals there. And of course, Microsoft taking down AltSource and Amazon. Of course, Uber, once again, the #1 seed, knocked out by Amazon there.
Yeah, it's just great work all around by both these teams to make it this far, but I feel like that's enough of us talking about the bracket for now. We're going to get back into this game, tell the teams to join their sides again, and we'll get into this action. I'm sure everyone is ready and waiting to see how both of them fare in this second game after that first kind of warm-up game, as a lot of people like to call it.
You know, I feel like we're seeing some smart Rocket League, and think about it, it makes a little bit of sense. Google, Microsoft, massive companies, technology companies, every player on this field is probably pretty smart. So we're seeing smart Rocket League right now. I mean, we saw it was 0-0 the entire time without that first goal, right? That came in the first 6 seconds. So both these teams trying to play smart Rocket League, and this is fun that they're playing so close together. And that was only game 1 of a best-of-7 we have here. So we're in for a treat.
Yeah, especially after the only goal of that game being scored after 6 seconds from Corndag off that kickoff. It's not going to be the same story in this one already, as we can see, but there is more pressure being applied by Microsoft. They do get outplayed by Corndag with a pass from Echo.
Let's see what happened there. Just a knock off the back, and then that was a great short pass there from Echo to Corndag. Just great awareness too. For Corndag as well, for you guys at home playing in that position, it can be easy to just try to rotate back, right? That's like your instinct. But there, he kind of stayed forward and was looking for the pass, and it worked out.
Now there was another shot going for Microsoft. They want to get themselves back into this game and the series so that they have a fighting chance and don't have to come back from the brink. They get taken down by 2 games in this best-of-7, make it even more difficult for them. Literal, right over top of him is Corndag. Does get another block, but not the greatest positioning by Dave. Does shoot it in front of the net, but Echo could not get there in time for the rebound. It's Literal takes command of the play, sets it up for his teammate. Almost own goal, but it will be touched by Razak for the finish.
Yeah, great play here. Exactly what Microsoft needs. Literal, just putting that in the most dangerous position possible. Razak getting credit for that goal, but that was all Literal there, making that happen. Just putting the ball in a really dangerous position. And now we have a tie set. We have a tie game. Tie game 2.
Yeah, some great positioning all around from Microsoft. They just got taken advantage of on their rotation backwards for that first goal by Google. But now Dave put it towards the midfield. Can't really get the follow-up he needs, but a demo will buy them some time. Literal does not want to make that time last for too long as he gets a set up towards Razak, towards the post, almost to finish again to the post, and it will go way to the other side as there's another chance for Google to counterattack off that ceiling, but again, will be touched by Microsoft and sent right back.
You know, Literal with the pass plays right now. He set up that first goal for Microsoft right there. Just then, he got the ball in front of the net. Literal is doing a great job being a team player and going for those assists, really putting the ball in dangerous positions and trying to get those short passes to the middle.
Those short passes have been so crucial for them as well. Echo desperately trying to clear this away. They're feeling the
Look at that
pressure, and
again.
that's going to be it. Another one going in.
That's Literal again. That's him in the corner in a great spot, defending against Echo, and then just hitting it right to the middle, putting it in a great spot. Razak's the guy with 2 goals, but if you look at Literal there, 2 assists, really making those passes happen.
Yeah, just been the 1-2 punch from both Literal and Razak for both their goals to get them the lead. The first time they have had a lead so far in this series. Might have it even stronger of one if they could have gotten the touch there. Literal again. It's poking and prodding that defense.
You know, right now it's momentum. Microsoft, they're feeling good. They're just trying to pour on the pressure and almost getting another goal there very quickly, which would be huge for them. So I expect Microsoft to keep putting on the pressure and try to build on this lead.
A great clear by Piranha. Trying to follow up with it as well, but can't really get there in time. Short touch by Corndag, but will be sent towards the midfield again. Another chance for them to try and bring themselves to a tie game. Dave wins that 50-50. Not past the second one, though, as it gets countered. And Echo going to go up to the ceiling, but barely misses the touch. Really awkward bounce. Gives them some time for the clear. And Echo barely in position in time to stop that from just flying towards their net with nobody home.
Another opportunity here for Google. Let's see if they can finish it off. No, I mean, we're seeing some opportunities here from Google, in particular counterattack. But we're seeing some misses for them as well. We're seeing a whiff here and there. So Google getting those counterattacks, but you got to get some better shots. You got to get some better hits.
Yeah, they just need to clean up that play, be more accurate with their placement. So we saw happening from Microsoft whenever they took a good shot.
Yeah, these guys are so evenly matched right now. We're seeing really good pressure on both sides. So Google trying to fight to stay in it here. Only a minute left, and they're down by 1.
Another great clear attempt by Piranha, but will be stopped out by Echo. Trying to follow up with it, and does get a touch, but doesn't really help them too much, even though Literal set them up for this one. Corndag with the finish, almost blocked out by the defense, and Echo for another pass, but will be stopped away.
Yeah, Google have stepped up the intensity. They know they don't have a lot of time left, so they're applying more pressure. But just like that, we see a counterattack from Piranha and Microsoft getting another goal. And again, this was just Google sending all of their guys forward, basically, and really trying to apply the pressure. But they left themselves open to a counterattack, and Microsoft able to take advantage.
Now with only 39 seconds remaining, becoming more and more of an impossibility for this Google team. Bring this to a tie game. They need some really quick aggression if they want to do anything about it. Corndag into the corner. Can't get it past Literal, but his teammate might pop it up for Echo. Tries to get a good touch. Barely off the wall, but instead they overcommit on the play. It's going to be a counterattack right in front of them, and Piranha with the finish.
This is just how it goes sometimes. You're down by 2. You're down by 1. You're really trying to apply pressure and aggression. As time winds down and you leave yourself open to counterattack. So Microsoft, this is really good for them. Remember, they're down 0-1 in the series in this best of 7. So they'll be tying up the series here unless a miracle happens here from Google. And you know, they could turn that momentum, right? For Microsoft, just do exactly what you did this game, keep it going. And a lot of it was Literal with those passing plays, really making it happen for Microsoft.
As you mentioned, those passing plays were crucial for their victory in this second game. Bring it to a tie series.
Good.
Didn't see too much from the Google squad like we did the last game. Not as much pressure. It was mainly the Microsoft show on the field for this second game.
Yeah. Great defense once again from Google. I mean, even though Microsoft got 4 goals there, a lot of that was near the end after the game was already really out of control. But we saw 4 saves out of Corndag. 5 saves overall to the 2 Microsoft. So Google really locking it down on defense early, but they let that game get a little out of hand. And again, Literal with 3 assists that game really stepped it up. And we got a good series here. I like kind of watching Literal and Echo. I think we got a little something like Echo was really close to making a lot of good plays near the end there to try to bring it back for Google. So we got a nice matchup here. We got a nice best of 7.
Yeah, just great pressure all around. We saw a lot of potential out of this Google team in the second game that they showed us in the first one. It's all going to come down to that game 3, though, to see who takes the advantage in this series. But we're going to hand it over to yet another break. We'll be right back. Give them some time to strategize as we get into the next game of this best of 7. It's going to be yet another great one for game number 3. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in just a moment. We are back yet again after a short little break. Got a new server, and we're all refreshed and ready for this next matchup. Game number 3 of this best of 7 for the After Hours Gaming League 2018 Fall Season Grand Finals. If you guys want to check out the bracket, exclamation point bracket in the chat to see how these teams have fared and gotten to this point. But we have another game about to be underway. Axeltos, why don't you tell us about a player that you're really looking to step up to the plate for Google, because they didn't really have anyone standing out too much except Corndag on defense for that last one.
Yeah, their defense has been really good. But I think Microsoft, they were able to get a really good momentum wave where they're just pouring on the pressure, and teams can just do that. So I think Google needs to figure out how they can do that on how they can set up their own minute or two, just pressure, get that momentum so that Microsoft doesn't get in their groove. So I think Echo in particular, he's been making a lot of plays. So I'd look for him to maybe lead the charge on that.
Yeah, it's going to be another great one. Hopefully we do see Echo and Dave, both of them working together, being on the offensive for their team to take down Microsoft, get the lead in this third game. It's going to not really all come down to this just yet, but it's going to be the decider to see who gets the advantage in this series as we get underway with game number 3 of the best of 7. Razak already starting off strong for his team in the first goal scored. I said it was strong, but that might be an understatement.
4 seconds. Just really good awareness here from Razak, just following the ball, and pretty fortunate on the kickoff. Obviously, the ball was able to go to that spot, but hey, that works out. And that's 4 seconds in, a goal there from Microsoft. Remember, Google was able to score 6 seconds in match number 1, so a little bit of payback there.
As you mentioned, wanted to start things off, show their dominance already in this third game, and prove that they're not going to be a pushover in this series. Dave taking command of the possession, trying to put that pressure on towards the defense. Literal going all the way up for that one super early. Make sure he wouldn't get contested by anyone on Google, but they're taking their time. They know not to overcommit on these plays. Dave instead can't get the touch, and it will be cleared away.
Great pass attempt there from Corndag. Echo is here as backup, and right now Google applying a lot of good pressure. They're down 0-1, so they really want to get a goal. That's exactly what happens. What a play from Corndag, coming out of nowhere. He threw everything he had, all of his momentum, all of his boost at hitting that ball, and it worked out.
Great setup by Dave as well. Perfect placement on that shot towards that back wall. Saw there was 2 defenders who could have gone up for it. They got baited out by it. Instead, Corndag swept in and netted them that goal for the tie game, but there might be a chance for another one. Echo off the wall again, this time for Dave. But a great bump will send it towards the midfield for Piranha to get a counterattack. Corndag, last man back, and is quite well in that position. Time after time, will get a chance to win that 50-50 and send some pressure of his own towards the net as Echo gets blocked out by Literal. There might be a chance here for Microsoft to get the ball back under control, put another shot right into the back of the net, and Razak yet again being that main striker for this team.
You know, Dave, a little spotty there on defense, unfortunately. I think he was trying to make a play happen. Maybe he should have been trying to rotate a little faster, I guess. But Dave, he just tried to block it, and then he hit it to the middle. And Razak was just in a great spot to hit a great shot. And now Microsoft's up 2-1.
Might be up 3-1 in a moment as well, but the pressure does fizzle out a little. No, not just yet. It was another shot coming in, whizzing right into the defender's hands, and he's able to clear that away. There might be another shot for Literal or Razak to go for a pass, but instead will be cleared away by Piranha towards that back wall. A chance for Literal for the follow-up. Dave barely getting the touch there. Razak coming in again for the hat trick.
Yeah, Razak, he is feeling good right now. Once again, Literal with the play to make the pass happen to the middle, and Razak right now and Literal are they're locked on, man. They know when the other is going for a pass, and that's really good for Microsoft. So seeing very similar things to last game. And I gotta say, just great passes from Literal, and also as we see another goal, Dave Was that a fake? What just happened there?
Yeah, we just
Echo
gotta take a
passed it?
second to look at it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that a fake. Yeah.
You might as well call it a fake. He acted like he was going towards that corner. Instead, he just let the ball roll right past him into a different direction towards the net. And they were able to
Yeah.
score off that one. Might have another one here, though, as a shot comes in by Echo. As you were mentioning, to look out for that guy. Been more of the assist maker for this team instead of getting a lot of shots on net. But it's worked out well for them. A interesting pinch off that wall. Will send it towards their side. Literal with a setup. Corndag does get a decent enough touch to hit that into the corner. Now's a chance for a counterattack potential by Google, but Piranha trying to prevent that from happening. Literal into the other side in the clutches of Corndag. They can't quite get a touch on it. They need to put it on net.
Yeah, I mean, that last goal was just a solo play, a fancy solo play from Dave. And here he goes again, Dave, with a great pass to the middle. And sometimes that's all it takes in Rocket League. One player getting a nice solo play, doing something flashy to get a goal. So really looking out for that. Also, I want to say that I feel like both these teams have been playing faster since game number 1 at least. As we see a great drop down and incredible opportunity for Google. This has to go in, right?
You would think it would have had to go in after all of that pressure. Perfect drop down, but the rebounds just haven't been on point. The defense barely getting in the way as well. Just couldn't capitalize on that perfect opportunity to get the game to a tied state. So there's only 1 minute and 38 seconds on the clock for Google to come back or be down in the series.
Yeah.
For this best of 7.
And oh, great shot there by Piranha. That was a little bit faster. That's in the back of the net. But I want to say that both these teams, once again, they're playing a lot faster. They're getting in the groove of the best of 7. Remember, game 1, they were locked 0-0. They're playing a little bit slower, but we're seeing a lot more goals, much faster pace. We're seeing some flashier goals too. So it's pretty fun here. Both these teams really getting into their groove right now.
And we saw the high scoring ability of Google happen in the semifinals when they were able to score 6 goals against their opponents. They need to pull out that kind of performance. Corndag, as you mentioned, perfect touch.
Yeah, Corndag here, a double touch there off the side. And that's one that's really frustrating to play against because you're like, okay, they're out of boosts. They're not going to hit that. I know where this ball is going. But if you can do that in your play, get that that next touch off the wall, you can really throw a lot of teams off. Corndag, a solo play from him, the double touch, and then following it up for the goal.
Just been the comeback train running for Google. They were down quite early in this game against Microsoft, but they've been able to come back from the brink. 50 seconds for either side to get the advantage and take home that lead in this best of 7. Would be up 2-1 for the winner, as there's another chance for Razak to put one in. Might go in by itself, though. Nobody on defense really in position, but they all flip around and it works out. As there's a chance for a clear here by Dave. Actually gives it up to Piranha for the setup. There's the finish by Literal. Nothing they could do.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that was coming. That moment where Razak just left the ball in front of the goal, and you could tell he was just yelling, "Someone score it! Someone score it!" Eventually, Literal able to turn that pressure from Microsoft into a goal. And that's exactly when you want it to happen too. So Microsoft taking the lead, 4-3, 20 seconds left.
Might be a chance here for Google if they can get possession. One last drive towards the other side, but instead it will be Microsoft taking that chance. Back towards Microsoft's defensive end. 6 seconds now for any chance of Google to get the lead. At least to this moment in time. Corndag passes it up. There's a chance for Echo and Dave. They both collide in the air. That might spell disaster as it approaches the ground. Eventually hits it, and Microsoft take game number 3 to go up 2-1.
Such a close game. Such a close series. These guys were tied 3-3. And we saw some great goals in there too. So much pressure, so much offense from both teams, some great defense from both teams, 4 saves on both sides. I think 10 shots on both sides. Actually 9 for Google, 10 for Microsoft. So this is some fun Rocket League right now. Both these teams are very evenly matched, and I feel like all these players have the ability for those solo plays. So buckle up. We still got a series on our hands. Remember, it's a long series, best of 7. So Microsoft up 2-1. I think they're going to be pretty happy about where they're at because they've won the last 2 games and they've shown a lot of good momentum. So looking out for Microsoft to keep that momentum going. We'll see if they can.
Yeah, and just great performance by Microsoft, as you were mentioning. Improving after that first game. They kept it neck and neck even after that first goal. Pretty much could have gone either way if that one didn't go in. But now they took command of the series, got the one victory they need for the advantage, but now they need 2 more if they want to go home as the After Hours Gaming League 2018 fall season champion. So we're going to take another break, give them some time to strategize as usual, see what Google can do to come back. It seems these breaks have been helping them out as they've been getting progressively better after losing that second game. And we'll be back in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the next game in this Best of 7 series for the After Hours Gaming League Fall 2018 season grand finals between Microsoft and Google. We just came back from Microsoft winning that game 4-3 barely in the last few seconds. They are able to get the advantage after Google struggled to come back and tie things up, but now they're up 2-1 in the series. What are your thoughts about what we've been seeing so far from these two teams? It's just been some great Rocket League being showcased thus far.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great series. Every match has been really close. Like even match 2, even though Microsoft won 4-1, that was a very close game until like the last 30 seconds. So I love it. Both these teams are pretty evenly matched. I kind of want to jump in there and play as a celebrity freelancer. Maybe they'll sub me in. I don't know how it works After Hours Gaming League with all these big companies. What about me? I'm a freelancer. Why can't I play?
They just need like a freelancer company, then you'll be able to do it.
Sean Plot. So hey, Microsoft, Google, hey, maybe we can work something out if you need a sub. But according to Mattiacci in the chat, he says we need Waymo goals from Google because they're down 2-1. It's Google Waymo. So we'll look out for that.
Love the team names that all these company members have been able to just come up with. You guys can see those in the bracket as well, !bracket in the chat. But we are getting into the next game of this best of 7. Game number 4, currently 2-1 for Microsoft. Still looking for Google to get on that comeback train and bring things to an even closer series than we have seen so far, as we already start off with some early aggression by Microsoft like we saw in the past 2 games. Corndag try and stop that from happening. They need to get command of this game early because they've been playing from behind for the last 2 of this series.
Yeah, really looking out for Google to start off as fast as they can, playing quickly, really applying a lot of pressure, not giving up a goal. Nice save there from Echo. But in the very beginning there of this game, we saw Echo actually going to the blue side and stealing boost, which I think is pretty cool. And that really shows maybe the pace that Google wants to set here. They want to control the boost, they want to take control of the game, and they want to do it quickly. And I think they need to because they're down 2-1 in the series. It's, this is for charity. I think Google, they're playing for a malaria charity, and I think Microsoft is playing for Child's Play. So, there's a lot in the line here. Google, Corndag, Echo, Dave, you got to step it up. You got to step it up right now.
Want to get that $1,500 for first place. Second place gets $1,000. Still pretty solid, but they want all the marbles for their respective charities and the bragging rights as well. There might be some bragging rights there if Google were able to score a goal. Had some decent positioning, just couldn't capitalize on it. But there's a shot whizzing by from Echo at light speed.
Looking out for Echo. I mean, again, he's been playing quickly. He's had a lot of plays in this series. Dave was kind of there and thinking about it, but Echo's like, you know what? No way. I got this. A great shot there from Echo. Great awareness, great speed. And that puts Google up. Google Waymo up 1-0. Google Waymo goals.
This is the first time we've seen them up in a game since the first one of this best of 7, where they won with that early goal against Microsoft. But now they either have to hold on to this or just keep up that pressure they've been known for, especially in that last game. All the shots going towards the net, 3 of them going in and getting them goals. But Literal, Piranha, and Razak still doing quite well on the defensive end to keep them at bay, prevent. Well, might have been good at preventing opportunities. No, a miss from Corndag. Could have got a 2-goal lead. Echo here can't get the finish either.
Echo, you got it. Echo's going to be kicking himself for that. He was in a great spot, the third man back. He had an open net, but he hit it off the right side instead of towards the goal. So opportunity there to go up 2-0 for Google. But hey, they're applying a lot of pressure. That was a great opportunity. They got to keep it up. They're playing some good Rocket League right now.
As you mentioned, they need that constant pressure. Just suffocate that defense. put all the shots they can, and eventually one of them will go in. Seems to be their strategy from what we've seen of them on broadcast this entire playoff bracket. But now there's a chance for Razak. Get past one, can't win the 50-50, no boost in the tank. There's a chance for Corndag to set something up, but intercepted by the other side. Nobody in net, but Dave able to get that daringly off the side of the post. Might have a chance to clear this away, but still too much pressure being applied by Microsoft. A counterattack, but not enough power behind that one. Almost blocked by Corndag.
Yeah, good try there. Again, Google still getting some opportunities. Now we see Microsoft here trying to turn it around, but still very close match. Only one goal as we see it. Oh, I don't know how. Okay, Piranha.
There was a demo by Razak.
Let's see here. Did he expect to score? Yeah, he was going for it. He kind of flipped forward, got the bounce off the wall, and the near post just snuck it in there, taking Google off guard. Now we have a tie game here, and again, these teams are so closely matched. Both teams giving up fewer goals here in this match number 4, so really tightening it up. And it's 1-1, only 2 goals here, and we're 3 minutes and 30 seconds into this game.
It's a very sneaky double touch by Piranha on that one.
Sneaky.
And
we've all let one of those in.
Oh, 100%. I've probably let more than my fair share of those in. Don't want to admit to that too much, though, as these players still holding off Google on the defensive end. Razak actually almost worked out well for them on defense, but worked out well for offense as well on that play.
Yeah, good little passing play. I believe that was Echo in the middle, ready for that shot. But still, this is going both ways here. Neither team has a remarkable amount of pressure and ball possession, so it can go either way. I'm really looking out for someone stepping up, making a play, whether it's maybe Literal on the blue on Microsoft's side or Echo as they go for a 50-50 there. I look out for both Literal and Echo to make a play for their teams as they still keep battling for the ball. That was a pretty hilarious sequence of events there.
That was great to see them just flipping side to side, synchronized.
Oh,
they couldn't get it past either. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
The touch by Razak. Perfect redirect.
And look at Literal here again. As I mentioned there, looking out for a pass from him. Literal saw Razak there in front of him, and he hit it straight at him. And Razak did a great job just adjusting that slightly. And that's tough for any defender to deal with.
Now only 25 seconds for Google to come back, again being down in the games they faced against Microsoft in this grand final. Microsoft don't want to stop here. Another one into the back of the net, just buries it past the defense.
There's like a name a better duo joke here somewhere. Literal and Razak, we were seeing it I'm telling you, like 4 goals we've seen in the series has been a pass from Literal to Razak, and once again, it's very impressive. Literal especially, we've seen him so many times just go for the passes. He's only getting passes. He's not really getting many goals, but the passes are perfect, and he's doing really well with them. So, if I could say anything here, Literal, let's play Rocket League sometime, because he's a very team friendly player, and he's playing. Look, another pass to the middle there. Literal all over those middle passes. I guess if I'm Microsoft right now, maybe or I guess if I'm Google right now, as Microsoft takes the win there, look, maybe just be extra aware of those short passing plays. Try to disrupt. Maybe that's what you do from here, as that's what's working really well for Microsoft. Literal finding the open man, getting that short pass, and then great execution and finishing off those shots from his team.
We haven't really seen many of those like short passes by Google. They're usually known for putting those on as well. We saw in the semifinals. I keep going back to these because there's great semifinal by Google from what we saw in the broadcast. But they were able to just get those short passes off the wall between each other, redirect it into net a few times. But we haven't seen any of that from Echo and Dave. And Corndag still not doing as well as he normally does on defense because of this overwhelming offense by Literal and Razak with those passing plays we've seen.
And at the same time, great saves coming out of Microsoft as well. Literal with 3 saves, Piranha with 2, 5 saves to 2. Like Google, they had 8 shots to 6 on Microsoft there. So Google was applying the pressure. But the Ninjacats of Microsoft, not only was their defense locked in, but they were making those passing plays happen. So once again, I know we're going to a break here, but I feel like Google needs to kind of figure out, okay, how do we disrupt these passing plays? And they just got to play a little bit better. And I think the key might be just start out just super fast. Start out really fast and get some goals.
And we almost saw that as well. They were able to get that first goal, but then the
Yeah,
pressure just
keep it
fizzled out.
going, man. You just gotta get off. Get started really quickly, and then keep it going. Keep the pressure.
Just need that consistency, and we hope they'll be able to find it. After we take this quick little break, we'll be back again. Don't go anywhere. Some more Rocket League action just moments away. We're back again. I hope you guys didn't miss us too much, as that we had a little break for Google to try and strategize and figure out what they needed to do to come back against Microsoft. But now we have yet another game about to be underway, currently 3-1 for Microsoft, only one game away for getting themselves $1,500 for their respective charity. And this is really when Google need to start just grinding the gears in their head and figure out what they need to do to get that victory and keep it going from there and give us a game 7, which I'm sure everyone's hoping for.
They won game 1 1-0, but then it's kind of they've faltered from there. So they need to lock it down. They have what it takes. By the way, Google Waymo goals. They are playing for the Against Malaria Foundation, which combats malaria by distributing long-lasting insecticidal nets and ensuring they are used. Meanwhile, the Microsoft Ninjacats are playing for Child's Play, which improves the lives of children in pediatric hospitals through the kindness and generosity of the video game community and the power of
Great causes for both of these two teams to represent and try and get money for their respective charities, as you mentioned.
It is match point, though. Everything is on the line right now. Google needs to come back. Microsoft, they just need to win here. Win.
As you mentioned, they just need the win. That's all they need to get the victory for this championship. Go home with the $1,500 and then make Google get 1,000. Still pretty solid, but 30 seconds in, we see that early aggression you were mentioning we wanted to have out of Google. It'll get sent right back towards their own end. Another chance for Microsoft to capitalize on the shot, barely off the crossbar, and goes out for another pass by Microsoft as Dave manages to hit that towards the midfield and follow up with it as well. And can't really get anyone on the rebound there quick enough to keep up that pressure.
We're locked up, a minute down, 0-0, and that's important. We'll see how long this shutout lasts for both these teams in this game. Very important match, very important game. I expect both these teams to play really fast, but also play really safe because they understand how important this game is. As Corndag doing a nice little pitch to the middle there, but again, both these teams so evenly matched. We'll see who can step up and make a play.
Another chance for Dave to try and get it clear. Leaves it up for Corndag. Echo. He's just getting body blocked, it seems, by Microsoft, trying to get in position for a lot of these shots. Not working out, but, you know, that one's going to find the net instead.
You know, Literal, I think Piranha and Razak thought Literal had it. So they kind of hesitated. And Dave just got, that it worked out for him. Able to get the shot. Literal did not end up going for it. Piranha and Razak were confused. So they hesitated. And Dave was able to get the goal. So that's a huge goal. That's a huge goal for Google. They're up 1-0 in this very important game. And it's already been low scoring here. So we'll see if they can keep it locked down.
Now is when Microsoft needs to clear this away from their side and go on offense. Corndag just patiently waiting on the defensive end. Plenty of boost to the tank. Dave can't get it past them. And now a chance for Literal for another setup. We've seen so many of these and how deadly they've been into the corner. Piranha on the prowl. Now Literal with a shot does get blocked by Dave. Plenty of time for them to regain control on the defensive end. Literal barely scooping that away from Echo. Dave in position. Blocks it away, but a touch by Razak. Goes off the top of the box. And there's another shot going in, this time by Piranha.
Yeah, the shot there from Razak, pretty good. It went a little wide. But then not the best defense there from Corndag. Not able to get back in time and misread the bounce. So Piranha really able to get a nice angle there. Those aren't easy to hit. So Piranha, he knew he had an open net relatively. So great, good on him to really make sure his angle was right there, because that's a tricky shot to hit.
Now a chance for Google to get a good clear. But Dave, he's been struggling on defense this series so far to get quality touches out of his own end, having to rely on his other teammates. But they do manage to get it towards the midfield. Razak trying to pop that down for better position for his teammates on the charge. Instead, it'll be cleared out this time by Dave. Set up for Corndag. Gonna follow through with this. Can't get it past Razak. A chance for Echo. And nobody in position on the rebound. Might be a chance here again for Dave. A good shot. It goes right past the defense.
And Literal with the assist. But you see Literal here, he hits it off the side. It goes to the middle. So Literal may be thinking that he had a teammate there in the middle. But Dave in the right place at the right time. Once again, able to get a shot. You know, not these aren't close shots. These are like medium distance shots. I don't know how to really explain it. You know, not Dave, you know, doing a great job in the midfield, I guess, getting those shots.
And that's what they were struggling at before in the midfield. They couldn't really break past the defense. And, oh my goodness, no, off the post.
Yeah, same thing there though. Dave in the midfield, but his shot a little off there. That probably should have been another goal there for Google.
Yeah, I didn't expect that big of a bounce off the post. Thought it was more on target than it was. Daring save by Dave. Piranha can't get the touch he needs. Another counterattack. It seems that there's more sloppiness coming into play by the defense of Microsoft, but they're trying to clean it up as quickly as they can, get their wits back about them. It's another chance for all three attackers.
You're right. Yeah, you see that? You're right there. They're all kind of clumped up in the corner here, and this is really leaving an opening for Google to take it the other way, and they're almost able to do it, but yeah, you're right there about Microsoft. I'd like to see them, you know, maybe kind of relaxed a little bit because they're bunching up a little bit. We're seeing double commits here and there. And so far, Google's been taking advantage.
Now, the pressure's really getting to them at this point. They're so close to the finish line, but they don't want to trip over their shoelaces before they even get there. Get passed up by Google, who might have a chance to do that if they get the game win against their opponents. Start that comeback train going. We've been waiting for. Barely in front of the net. Nobody on the rebound just yet. Dave biding his time on the wall like Spider-Man, and instead it will be Literal. Passing this up. Might be a finish. There we go. Blocked out by Corndag and into the corner.
The tried and true method that the series has seen from Microsoft has been Literal. The Razak, which we just saw, should have been a goal, but great defense. I believe it was Corndag who was there with the save. And almost a goal there for Microsoft, but Google barely holding on to their lead. All they need is just to be in front by one goal. That's exactly where they are. And with 2 seconds left, 1 second, looks like they are going to hold on. And it looks like they will, as Google winning when they absolutely have to there. But yeah, that play at the end, Microsoft, that pass attempt from Literal, a great pass, a great shot, but that time. Again, I think it was Corndag that was there with the save. So
yep.
this is a ton of fun right now. Microsoft, by the way, 10 shot in that game. So really pouring on the pressure, but still Google Waymo goals, able to hold on there. And they had 7 saves, 4 from Dave, 3 from Corndag. So really nicely played, but a very close game.
And Dave really stepped into the plate as well. I kind of called him out a little bit on his defense happening in the previous games of the series. But then, you know, he probably heard us on the broadcast. He's like, okay, I need to start stepping up, get all the saves and the goals as well, and the shots, have the most of everything across the board for my team, carry them to victory in this game. And that's exactly what he did, earning that MVP medal that he got at the end. But Microsoft, they just got in their own heads, it seemed. As we mentioned, so close to the end, only need one more victory to get that championship for themselves, $1,500 for their charity, but they're not there yet. They still have potentially one more game, and if Google win that one, another one for them to try and come back for. It's going to be a great thing to see. We'll see it right after this break. Don't go anywhere. More Rocket League action to come. We'll see you in just a moment. Back again with some more Rocket League action for all of you to enjoy. Just had a really close game between Google and Microsoft where Google managed to edge things out and get themselves the victory they need to start the comeback. But now it comes down to yet another chance for Microsoft to take one more victory and get themselves that $1,500 of the prize pool for their charity and the fall 2018 season championships for After Hours Gaming League. It's heating up in here for these two teams as it's going down to the wire, and I am so excited to see what these two teams can showcase in this next game.
Yeah, I love it. Both teams showing up today on Sunday. It's probably their day off, although they're at Google at Microsoft. I'm sure they're working all the time. So, you know, both these teams showing up in a big way. It's a ton of fun. Super close series. Every game has been pretty close. Dave really stepped it up in the last game. We've seen some amazing passing plays from Microsoft. So still anyone's series.
start with yet another 5 minutes on the clock, as is customary for these Rocket League games. Another chance for Google to bring things back, get to that 7th game, the best of 7 series. Try and go home with that $1,500, as we keep mentioning. There's a chance for Microsoft. Razak kind of silent in the last game, starting off big for this one.
Yeah, pretty early soon. That's very important, and that's all Razak. And a little bit of a mishap on defense. Korndag hit it to the corner, and it kind of went to the middle. So Razak doing a great job being in the right place, playing very quickly, being very aware on opponent's side of pitch. And it turns into a goal for Microsoft. Again, they only need a win. If they win this game, they will be your champions. So if they can hold on to this 1-0 victory, that would be beautiful for them. So we'll have to see if Microsoft slows it down a little bit, or if we see really a lot of good defense from both the teams. But you got to expect Google to really turn it on right now.
There's another chance for Piranha. Does get knocked away by Dave, the MVP of the last game. 4 goals to his name in that one. We need to see that kind of performance from him. They want to get it to Game 7. The interception in the defensive end. Both of them colliding with each other, knocking them away from the ball, and that'll be another goal for Razak.
All right, Razak from Microsoft is like, you know what? Enough is enough. He's making all the plays right now. Razak going straight into the air with a great aerial, knocking the ball into a great position, requiring 2 there from Microsoft or from Google to try to defend that. But literal right there to finish it off. So Razak, he opened up this game with a grand championship on his mind here.
When Korndag needed that touch to try and put them in a more opportune position. But instead, some great pressure being applied by Microsoft. Razak again trying to get perfect touches on these.
Nice demo.
Oh, as you mentioned, nice demo from Dave. A touch by Echo, and there's the finish for them to start bringing themselves back into this game.
Yep, that's all you need. Just a little play. Dave with the demo. Dave really stepped it up in the last game, and what a pass there to the middle, flicking it over to Echo. And Echo, really good job from him. Staying aware in the middle and bringing it back a little bit. Remember, Google Waymo goals. They are on the verge of elimination here, so they need to bring it back. They absolutely have to, and that's one step towards bringing it back. So they're going to try to keep up the pressure here and get another goal.
Now Korndag gives it up to Echo again. Drops straight down. Perfect position. He can't get the block, though. Both of them went up for Razak. Baits out Korndag.
The hit from Echo was great there. Yeah, the hit from Echo was perfect, but then they double committed, which wasn't so great. So if one of them had stayed back to go for the rebound, that would have been better, but still great pressure there from Google. They're not giving up yet.
You can tell they're just getting in their own minds whenever they're going for these balls. They know that they need to come back for this one. They want any chance at the victory. Might have been a chance there from Dave.
I like his name, just for the record. Simple, clean.
It's also nice saying Dave with the save. Just works out pretty well.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
Ooh, didn't have to get a save there, though, as it went barely past the goal line. Korndag can't get the touch. You need Echo, not with the follow. Dave, though, with the finish. We mentioned his name before. We'll mention it as he gets a goal on this one.
I was looking at the chat a little bit, and some people are like, look out for Dave. When he heats up, look out for Dave. So from last game to this game, Dave really doing some good work. That's 2 goals from him, making some plays. And now we have a tie game right across halftime here. And again, a must-win situation for Google.
Just cooking up all those shots he needs to put them on target and net themselves a goal. Tie things up, as you mentioned. Piranha, though, off that back wall. Nobody on the rebound, though. They need to be in position for those. Korndag, plenty of time for his teammates.
No third man. Yeah, no third man coming into the picture there. And I think everyone thought that the person who made the second touch would make the goal. But all 3 needed to be involved, and they weren't. Literal was way back. So almost an opportunity there for Microsoft to really close this down. But Google putting some pressure on the other side. And still a tie game.
Microsoft just proceeding with caution, not wanting to overcommit on any of these plays and be capitalized on by Google because of how good they are at those counterattacks we've seen so far in this series. Echo, though, almost able to recover off that one to try and get a block. Razak to Piranha. Will be another chance for Razak to strike right past, sets it up. Nobody with the touch, but doesn't need it. As again, nobody on the follow-up for that.
Yeah, look out for the speed to really start showing up here. I mean, we only got about a minute left, and this is a very important point, a very important goal, this next goal. So look for these guys to really start trying to make some plays, and we'll see what happens. Again, anyone's game here.
There's a big bump by Literal onto Dave. All right, we'll delay the shot enough for it to go by the wayside. Corndag just
nice boost steal.
Pirouetting.
Good boost steal.
As you mentioned.
I think 2 players from Google there without boost, and it turns into a goal for Microsoft. Just really awkward there for Google. You see Dave and Corndag both in the corner, both without boost, and there comes the third man trying to save that, but that left a completely open net and Literal. Just a great positioning there, and that started with him stealing that boost in the corner.
Yeah, as you mentioned, boost crucial for these defensive plays by Google. Microsoft have been able to recognize that, capitalize on it, get that goal they needed. But also the 2 defenders who were in position barely flipped aside, and now another shot by Literal. Instead of being the assist master, he has a hat trick for himself in this game.
Is this it? Is it over? Can Google come back?
38 seconds till we'll find out the results.
What do you think, Vaudable? Can Google come back? Can they? I don't know, man.
We haven't seen it so far. From what we've seen in this series, they haven't been able to come back from this big of a deficit. But there is still time. And a shot like that, barely going off the post. That could have been it, but instead it will go to the other side. A chance again for a clear, but it will be terrible for them on the offensive end. Corndag trying to recover from that mishap that happened.
That happens to me all the time. Just go in the goal. Just go in. It did not for Google Waymo. Not on this day. The self-driving will not be working out for Google Waymo.
Can't score the goals quite yet.
The Ninjacats are the Ninja champs in the AHGL.
Yeah, just waiting for the ball to hit the ground. And as you mentioned, Microsoft Ninjacats taking the victory and the championship. Not quite in a sweep fashion, but they definitely swept up the competition to get to this point and earn themselves that $1,500 for their charity. But also, Google, great work by them to try and get themselves back into the series. Some good sportsmanship as well. GG's all around. Congratulations being thrown by the competitors. And they also get $1,000 for their charity. So we said Child's Play and Malaria, both of them benefiting from these donations that are happening and being given to them by this great Rocket League that has been showcased. It's just been awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Microsoft emerging from all these companies, Amazon, Google, Uber, Apple. No, it's Microsoft. Microsoft wins in the end. And I have a question for the chat. Anyone still watching? Who and for you too, Vaudable, as the money from Microsoft goes to Child's Play. But who do you think? Who's your MVP? Who's the MVP? I saw people chatting about it.
I know who my MVP is.
Who's your MVP?
My MVP has to be 100%. No doubt about
100%.
100%.
Okay.
It has to be Literal. He stepped into the plate in that last game, had most of the assists throughout the entire series, and got a hat trick for himself to get the victory for Microsoft after Google was able to bring things back, try and start that comeback train. As I mentioned so many times, but it just ran out of fuel at the end there. Great work for them to clean things up and get the victory as well.
I see a lot of people were saying Razak in the chat as well, but dude, I think I'm with you. I think Literal. He had some great passing plays. I'm looking at I'm playing Rocket League right now against Dave. I just jumped into the game. Apologies, but I think Literal for sure from the passing plays that he was able to make happen, and then getting the goals in game in the final moments there to really hear it. I think Literal is my MVP. I was looking at the chat though and seeing some people were saying Dave is MVP. Razak did play amazing. Razak did play amazing too. So just great series, great tournament.
Great series, great tournament. That is going to be the end of the After Hours Gaming League Fall 2018 season. I have been Nick Vaudable and Brusican, who has joined us for this final broadcast for the season for Rocket League has been Axel Toss. Hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast, and make sure you guys tune into some more After Hours Gaming League action. We do have the Heroes of the Storm finals coming up on their channel. We'll throw that up and there's going to be some great competition happening there, and I believe there's Hearthstone happening after that. So make sure you go tune into those, and thank you guys for joining us throughout the season. And this has been Vaudeville and Axel Toss signing off, and we hope you all have a great day of some great esports competition.